In November of 1975, the ship, the Edmund Fitzgerald, went down 17 miles north of Whitefish Bay in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, actually in Canadian waters. And this is my replica of the bell, as you just saw, and that was on the ship. And the ship sort of laid at the bottom of the lake for quite a while until they started dredging up different artifacts from it. And one of the artifacts was the bell from the ship. When I was a kid, when this thing went down, I was obsessed with it. Maybe you saw the video I did a couple of years ago about the anchor from the Edmund Fitzgerald that fell off the ship in the waters of the Detroit River, and that's still on display in Detroit in a park. And Troy and I, a while back, went up to the Upper Peninsula, the UP of Michigan, to see this shipwreck museum and the bell and different artifacts from the Edmund Fitzgerald. I love that story. It's so romantic. 29 people died. It's not fun, but it's really quite jarring, as well as, you know, Gordon Lightfoot's famous song. So today we're going to take you to the Shipwreck Museum in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan to show you the remnants and the bell from the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Now we're heading up to the Mackinac Bridge. We're going to go over the lake and head to the Shipwreck Museum to see some of the Edmund Fitzgerald and lots of beautiful Michigan scenery. Exciting. I haven't done this since I was a kid. I haven't done any of this since I was a kid, so. There's a freighter. They don't look very big up here. The Edmund Fitzgerald. It's the Sam Ladd. Oh, this is kind of funny. I Googled that ship, and it's called the Sam Loud, and it was launched in April of 1975, 6 months before the Edmund Fitzgerald sank. And it's actually a celebrity ship, a merchant vessel that was seen in the opening credits of the 1989 film Major League. Not for who the toll is collected. It's collected for the... Almost there. Almost there. There we go. We're in the Upper Peninsula. So pretty. It's pretty crowded. Welcome to Whitefish Point. Oh, this is it. Wow, it's really hopping in here. Oh, people swim up here? Are they nuts? Oh my god, it's gotta be like... considering the amount of traffic, how little traffic we saw on the way up here, it's pretty crowded. Excuse us. Pardon me.
In most places, if you look, when you go by,
Private nonprofit. There's all kinds of different buildings here. Shipwreck Museum Gallery. That's probably what we want to see the most. I think so. And there it was. As soon as you opened the door, the bell from the ship. It was retrieved 20 years after the ship sank. And we are standing in the location that's the closest land, the last place the Edmund Fitzgerald could have been seen from land at Whitefish Point. Lifeboat artifacts. Flare. So that's the suit they used to go down there. I got chills. Maybe it'll be subtle enough. The museum is actually dedicated to several shipwrecks that occurred around the Great Lakes. I'm going to take a lap around the entire museum, and we'll get back to the Edmund Fitzgerald artifacts, and you'll see them close up. That was pretty exciting to see them. Now, I'm going to turn down the volume here and maybe put in some background music because the Gordon Lightfoot song is on a loop, and YouTube will flag it for copyright. And also, there's a lot of cell phone activity, and one in particular, child that's really screaming a lot, and it made for a very unpleasant moment or two during the tour. So I'm going to turn that down and put on some background music. We're also going to leave the museum and head out to the lighthouse, which is really interesting, and then go out to actually the furthest point that we can on Whitefish Point and see the incredible Lake Superior seascape. So sit back and enjoy the tour. On July 4th, 1995, 17 miles northwest of Whitefish Point, a diver wearing a special one-atmosphere deep diving suit called a newt suit cut the last stanchion that secured the Edmund Fitzgerald's bell to the pilot house. Slowly, gracefully, the 195-pound bronze bell ascended 500 feet to the surface, welcomed by the daylight of a pleasant summer afternoon. For family members in attendance that day, the raising of the Fitzgerald's bell signaled the beginning of a memorial and a closure to 20 years of grieving. A replica bell inscribed with the names of the 29 Fitzgerald crewmen, was lowered in its place as a permanent grave marker. Wreaths, handwritten letters, poems, photos of children and grandchildren yet unknown to the lost crew were placed on the water over the wreckage as gestures of farewell. Finally, we had our funeral. It's a grave now. There's no reason why anyone should dive to the Fitzgerald again. Let them rest in peace. Through the combined efforts of the Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society, National Geographic Society, the Canadian naval ship HMCS Cormorant, Sony Corporation, and the Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians, the Edmund Fitzgerald's bell was recovered to honor the request of the family members that a memorial for their loved ones lost on November 10, 1975, be established at Whitefish Point.
Hi there.
That would have been cool to go up there. All the way up. That'd have been neat. So inside the lighthouse keeper's quarters. So it still leaks oil. So these are all the, he logged in all the ships, and that's his last one when he retired. Well, you know when I was, oh, we can get to go up? Oh.
Yep, you can go upstairs if you
Thank
like.
There we go. Carriages and babies, carriages, you know this place doesn't like that. They're really light keepers. I wonder if this is original. Oh gosh, look at those waves. Through these bedroom windows reveals the fresh nights of spring and twinkling lights. Bertha was born, and the soul sang Maria came to Whitefish with her. Well, she played cribbage. Can't barely see to the top. This is really cool. I mean, you wouldn't think this is like a little house in here, you know? And it's, well, I was gonna say, well, it's warm too. You know? It's probably pretty well weatherproof now.
Men in control of the Republican Party are apparently, just as in the past, opposed to any effective national...
This is really well done. This is a really nice presentation.
National welfare. It reveals the reactionary and disheartening objective of his party in 1936.
If she whips her head around real fast. They should actually, that would be a good trick. That would be a good thing. God, that could be my grandmother. If she moves. Oh, just thank you. You want to walk out to the point? Whitefish Point has been called the graveyard of Lake Superior. Since navigation began on Lake Superior, there have been approximately 550 wrecks. More vessels were lost in the Whitefish Point area than any other part of Lake Superior. There are three major reasons for the high loss of ships in the Whitefish Point area. First, the eastern end of the lake is very congested, where the lake narrows down like a funnel, and up and down bound ship traffic must pass. Poor visibility in this congested area from fog, forest fires, and snow have caused numerous collisions and groundings. Finally, the nature of the largest lake itself, with the great expanse of over 200 miles of open water, can build up terrific seas during a severe northwestern storm. Collisions were more common in earlier times because there were more vessels. In the 1880s, over 3,100 commercial vessels were on the lakes compared to the less than 200 today. Since the first known shipwreck of a commercial vessel, the Invincible, in November of 1816, to the Edmund Fitzgerald on November 10, 1975, approximately 320 lives have been lost in over 300 shipwrecks and accidents in the area known as the Graveyard of the Great Lakes. So according to the museum, the ship, the Edmund Fitzgerald, went down 17 miles directly there in Canadian water. And of course it's protected. You're forbidden by law to dive to it. But that's where it is. I hope you enjoyed this walk around the Shipwreck Museum in Whitefish Point and this incredible view of Lake Superior. If you want to learn more about the Edmund Fitzgerald and the anchor I mentioned before and the Mariners Church in Detroit where that famous bell tolls 29 times, I'll link that video at the end of this one. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and God bless the souls that have died on Lake Superior. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. And until next time. You heard me.